Hi, friends. Like many of you, I'm troubled by how many people seem to act in very ugly and even cruel ways in our world. That was demonstrated with the protests in the Capitol building where people stormed and were so quick to want to attack others. It seemed that people's emotions got control of them and they acted in ways that they may not have acted if they were calm. And so my question is, how are we as Christians supposed to live in this world? How are we as Christians supposed to respond when so many people seem to act in ugly ways? Well, the Bible does give us words of guidance in so many different places. I'm really struck by something I discerned in my last sermon that I preached this last Sunday. Remember, Paul said, "Rejoice in the Lord always." Again, I will say, rejoice. Let your gentleness be known to everyone. Let your gentleness be known to everyone. And sometimes people think, well, gentleness, that means being weak, that means being a wimp. But that's farthest from what that word means. If you look that word up in the Greek, that word really, it's the old word forbearance, which means choosing to be patient and gracious even when everyone else is in turmoil around us. Frank Thielman, one of my teachers from seminary, he said that this word really in the Greek, it means an attitude of kindness where the normal or expected response is retaliation. Or choosing to be magnanimous, it's choosing to be generous to people. And above all, it means remaining calm when others get excited and let their passions lead them into actions. That's what the word gentle means. And there's another word that's used in the Bible that's sometimes translated as gentle. It's the word that Paul lifts up in Galatians chapter 5, verse 22-23, when he talks about the fruit of the Spirit. And he says one of the fruit of the Spirit is gentleness. This is a different word that's from the Greek that's translated as gentleness, but it's the same word that Jesus uses in the Sermon on the Mount when he says, "Blessed are the meek, for they shall inherit the earth." It's the word meek. And again, meek does not mean being a wimp. It does not mean being a doormat. Meek simply means that we choose to be humble rather than arrogant. It means that we choose not to push others out of the way so we can get to the front of the line. It means that we choose not to oppress others, but we are going to rely on God's grace and not throw people under buses. And that's what Jesus calls us to embody as well. And these are the ones who will inherit the earth. So what am I saying? I'm saying that in this world where so many people act in ugly and cruel ways, we as followers of Christ, we do not respond in the same. We don't respond in the same way. We practice gentleness. And I know that's not easy to do. I know that's hard to do, but with God's grace and God's help, it's more than doable. And when we live this way, we will shine the light that Jesus calls us to shine. Thanks be to God.